In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NFL games happening on October 2nd, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Denver Broncos versus Las Vegas Raiders. The Death Star in Las Vegas, Nevada, will house an early AFC West game between their Raiders and Russell Wilson's Broncos. Denver arrives 2-1 after an ugly 11-10 win on Sunday Night Football against the 49ers. Las Vegas has played in 3 one-score games and lost them all, which prompted a meeting between some folks in the organization. The race to keep pace with the Chiefs is on in Sin City. The Broncos are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 road games and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Raiders are 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 versus AFC and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games overall. The under is 20-8 in Broncos' last 28 games overall. The under is 6-2 in Raiders' last 8 games overall. The Broncos are 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 meetings in Las Vegas and 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 meetings. The Las Vegas Raiders are the NFL's only 0-3 team, but they still find themselves as modest favorites for this Week 4 matchup against the Denver Broncos. Despite the fact that they're 0-3, I've got to lay the points with them here. All of their losses have been by 6 or fewer points, while the Broncos are very lucky to be 2-1. They very nearly lost to the Texans as massive favorites in Week 2, and then only squeaked by the 49ers by 1 point last week in an ugly game where Jimmy Garoppolo stepping out the back of the end zone was the difference. Russell Wilson just isn't the same athlete that he used to be, and I think his days of being a top-tier quarterback are long gone. That's not an overreaction to a few games. It looked that way his last couple of years in Seattle as well. This is the last stand for the Raiders, and in their only previous home game this season they led virtually the entire way against the Cardinals before collapsing late and losing in overtime. Denver's passing game has no rhythm right now, and saying first-year head coach Nathaniel Hackett looks in over his head would be a dramatic understatement. Things aren't nearly as bad in Las Vegas as their record suggests. Now is the time to buy low. The Raiders are the only 0-3 team in the league, but all of their losses came down to a single play. Everyone will look at Kyler Murray's magic in that game, but having chances to win against the Titans and Chargers really defines the poor start. The Broncos have had a similar start to the Russell Wilson era, except they have won 2 games. Very close and ugly wins against Houston and San Francisco for Denver have resulted in their 2-1 record. A divisional road game is tough to play ugly and win, so the Las Vegas Raiders to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. 2 of the last 3 encounters between the Broncos and Raiders have gone over the total, but the under is 9-2 in their previous 11 meetings. I'll take the under in this clash, as both offenses have been pretty inconsistent through the first 3 weeks of the 2022 season. The Broncos will continue to lean on their tough defense, while the Raiders have to rely on their rushing in this matchup. The under is 11-3 in Denver's last 14 games overall, and it is 8-2 in the Broncos' last 10 showings on the road. On the other side, 5 of the Raiders' previous 8 contests have gone under the total along with a push. Letting Russ cook isn't producing a sustainable food source for over-bettors. The over is 0-3-0 in Broncos games this season and wanders aimlessly under Nathaniel Hackett's offensive scheme. The Raiders rank 9th in the league in rush average, so making the Broncos throw it is priority 1. Wilson is 59.4% this season, 27th among the 32 qualifying quarterbacks. Russ will have to be more accurate to find Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton to put up points. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Chiefs versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be trying to pick up their first home win of the season when they face the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs are coming off a 20-17 loss to Indianapolis as 4.5-point favorites. The Buccaneers are coming off a 14-12 loss to Green Bay as 1.5-point favorites. Tampa Bay is 6-3 in 9 games against Kansas City. The Chiefs are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 in Week 4 and 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 7 on grass. Kansas City is 6-13 against the spread in their last 19 after an against the spread loss. Meanwhile, the Bucs are 4-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record and 11-4 against the spread in their last 15 at home. Tampa is 9-4 against the spread in their last 13 overall. The Chiefs haven't run the ball well since their season opening win over Arizona, and they were held to a season-low 58 yards by the Colts in their last game, which forced them to rely heavily on Mounds to bail them out, which didn't work out for them. Running the ball will be harder against the Buccaneers, who have been very good against the run and held Green Bay's talented backs to 67 points in their last game. The Bucs have also played well against the pass, and they've done a good job getting pressure on the quarterback, with the team currently third in the league with 3.7 sacks per game. Their defense is very opportunistic and leads the league in takeaways, so expect them to keep Kansas City's offense in check in this game. Even though the Bucs didn't gain a lot of yards on the ground in their last game, they ran the ball well in their first 2 games, averaging more than 100 yards per game. They've also done a good job throwing the ball, but they haven't been able to find the end zone consistently. Fortunately for them, they will have Mike Evans available for this game, and Julio Jones is listed as questionable. The Chiefs played well defensively in their last game, but they've had problems against the pass. They do a good job getting to the quarterback, but they don't generate a lot of turnovers, which will make a difference in a game like this. You could make a good case either way here, but it should be a great matchup. It's all going to depend on which team can bounce back from a bad loss better. In any case, Tampa had an ugly offensive outing in the Packers game, posting just 34 rush yards and a 2-of-1 rate on third down tries. The 2 lost fumbles didn't help either. As for Kansas City, they edged out Indianapolis in most categories during their loss over the weekend. The Chiefs also struggled at times with 2 turnovers and a 3-of-1 run on third downs. I like both teams to rally and play better in this one. Should be a fun watch. Expect a close game between 2 evenly matched teams, but Brady and Tampa Bay's offense to do just enough to take care of business. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Chiefs are averaging 29 points per game through 3 games and 30 points per game on the road. They averaged 18 points per game in their last 3 games against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have played a tough schedule so far and held 2 of their first 3 opponents to 10 points or less. They are great against the run and pass, force a lot of turnovers, and get pressure on opposing quarterbacks, so expect them to keep the Chiefs well below their average in this game. The Buccaneers are averaging 17 points per game and 12 points per game at home. They averaged 25 points per game in their last 3 games against the Chiefs. Kansas City is holding opponents to 22 points per game. They are also very good against the run and will get a lot of pressure on Brady. Slowing down Patrick Mahomes is always a tall task, but the Buccaneers' defensive unit looks ready for the challenge. The Chiefs will also have a mountain to climb against Tampa's run D, so I'm going with the under on the totals. The Buccaneers' offense hasn't impressed thus far and struggles with injuries. Tampa Bay's first 3 games in 2022 have gone under the total. On the flip side, the over is 8-3 in the Chiefs' last 11 contests overall and 5-1 in their previous 6 road tilts. You never know with Patrick Mahomes, but moving the chains frequently against this Tampa Bay team might be a tall order. Plus, the Buccaneers and Chiefs played under the total in their last 3 meetings. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started.